pitch. KRÜ versus Power. South America versus Oceania. Power, the greatest hope for OCE. Can they take down South America's KRÜ? Let's find out. Let's get right on into it. Onto the pitch, onto DFH. Let's get started.
No more time to waste. Don't care what we say, X factors, pressure, pace, none of it matters. I think just got to go hit a kickoff.
Gotta go hit a kickoff, hit the ball. KRÜ in blue, Power in orange. Me drops.
What if drops just cuts in there? What if it's drops? Maybe I was wrong thinking it's Drufinho.
I think our brains linked for a second. I was literally about to talk about drops. You know what? Drops just picked up in the ethos, connected with us right there, picks up the first goal.
It's like I always know what I'm gonna get out of Drufo. I always know what I'm gonna get out of Brad. But boy, maybe it's drops. And boy, did he come out and say, "Yeah, y'all forgot about me."
Oh man, I know that drops in spring. Like, the big criticism that we both had of him was that he just was uncomfortable and his teammates were trusting him to play his game, to cut rotation, be the front man of the team. He wasn't. That caused communication issues, kind of precipitated issues for KRÜ. And he was cutting day one against G1. Granted, G1, they haven't had the best look, and Falcons gave them something completely different. But we'll see what happens as we keep going here against Power. Right now, KRÜ able to get through that midfield line. Power trying to control and tried the quick out, but immediately get turned out by drops.
Yeah, it is definitely feeling like it's both teams coming out here swinging pretty hard for possession. Amphis trying to take a little time, and Torsos, that was a monster fake on the goal line. My goodness.
Oh, Fever up in front of it. Just gonna let it go for Amphis, but that did not work out the way they wanted it to. Now Brad's got control and a reset. Brad's got a goal!
That's the problem with Brad. He sits so far back sometimes, he just waits and waits. The ball comes at him and then bam, he always has space to work with. And he's so good at getting through one. This time it's enough to get him a goal as well.
That's a perfect flip too on the ball. KRÜ starting out hot right now. Amphis gets a perfect bounce for Torsos.
Oh, wow.
Has to let it drop. Drufo was up there immediately.
Great demo from Power. Should allow them to stay on the offensive third here. Torsos trying to figure out how to maintain possession.
Ooh, dumped out a little too hard there from KRÜ in the pitch.
Yo!
Hey! The Cooks here pitch from Amphis, and they get a goal.
Not one you see very often, and he was able to figure it out. He had to cover a lot of space there in the midfield, so he's like, I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to go, but boy, did he get there in time. What a shot.
How about it? Split it, too. I mean, that challenge was coming fast. Power, don't waste a lot of time. Don't let that lead get out of control. Already on the kickoff, drops falling back down. I mean, that's the big thing for Power. I think they just need that confidence when they get on offense.
Yeah.
That they're going to nail it. Because they have the speed. They have they have everything that you want on a contender. It's just that percentage is a little rough that time. Good enough. And I know I've harped on it a lot. KRÜ trying to keep that midfield. Brad, only 30 here. How does he approach it?
Yo.
He's gonna take it himself and it pushed down.
He just missed it. Didn't quite have enough boost to get all the way down to it and under the defender with the flip. Had to let that come back up to him a little bit. But Power, I think you're bang on the money with, you just need that little bit of faith on the attack. And it certainly, at least to my eye, feels like they've got it, but at the moment the defense is struggling. Brad comes through for a second one.
And Amphis sitting on the near post, coming up on an aggressive challenge. Torsos was kind of sitting back, definitely expecting Amphis to get a touch, as he was kind of moseying on towards the box and then had to hurry up real quick. But Amphis responsible for getting to that 50 and just couldn't get to Brad in time.
Keeping him at arm's length as well. Pretty big for KRÜ, I think. Because, it feels good up 2-0, and then bam, they hit you with that Cookser pinch right into the net. Kind of feels like that safety net. Your legs get taken out a little bit, and you say, hang on, this is not going to be easy.
Oh. Just going to keep control of it. Drufo will try.
Good speed.
A clear out force as Brad dig that ball back out to the side. Oh, and the follow-up touch crucial. They would have just gave that ball up. Power take it anyway. Do they get another shot? Nice little light touch from Fever, but got to the far side of Amphis, and he gets chipped off the play. But KRÜ are having to stand on defense here.
but the speed of KRÜ on defense is certainly good enough to make sure that Power can't develop anything. The issue right now on the attack for Power feels like, okay, they know they're on the attack and they know they need to be positioned forward, but they're not sure exactly where. And so when that pass finally comes out, they're having to adjust, and that extra time they're taking is letting KRÜ just get right on top of the ball and clear it away quite easily.
Torsas doesn't get the touch. Couldn't even get the bump on the Brad. Now Brad shuffle step over one.
Oh boy.
And takes to the sky. And flows through the defense. Brad on fire.
Oh, bobbing and weaving out of his own half through one. Hang on, how do I get through the second man? Amphis was like, oh, I know what's coming. They all knew it. And try as you might, Amphis knew he was likely going to the scrapyard there.
You said, Brad, you know he's always good for one, but he gave you two there. And he's been the star of this game. Drop started with that goal, but then everything else, Brad's just finding the space on offense. Power gets something going here as we approach the final minute.
Okay, I really like Drufo taking his time there in the corner. They're up 3. You know, there's only 70 seconds left. It's not like we have to shove here. We can kind of just, if we've got the space, may as well take it. Don't even really have to clear the ball super hard. Now you just kind of let Power throw their head against the wall a few times and be like, yeah, if you get one, that's okay. We're just going to sit here and hang out for a minute.
High touch fever, doesn't want to just give up the ball, but there's no forthcoming follow-up from Power.
Oh boy, the wall comes and hits you too sometimes.
When you can't even hit the ball and the wall hits you out, what are you supposed to do?
Oh my gosh, again.
Jeez, my gosh. Doesn't seem to matter what you do on the challenge approach. Just getting bopped by blue cars. Maybe they get one here. No, they can't get a demo. They've been trying to screen across that goal line, create an opportunity with physical play, but they just can't make contact.
Yeah, a tough game one for Power, but, oh, whoops. Brad missing his 4th goal, but that's okay. Criminal for sure, but Power, the scoreboard makes it look pretty bad, but that's just because I think KRÜ went back-to-back in fairly short order. It was 2-1 there for a while, and it does feel like Power's had some okay presence on the blue side. It feels like just a very minor adjustment, like, okay, we need to really dial in and focus on how these challenges are going, because they're sitting over there on the blue side of the field. It's not like Power's just getting pinned in all game. The scoreline makes it look like that, but you think about the goals they gave up, it's like, okay, Brad wins a 2v1 out of his half. Okay, Drop scores a kickoff goal. Okay, Brad wins a 1v1. Like, okay, sometimes they just make a good play. And then he won another 2v1. It's like, okay, so Brad pops off, fine. It's not like we just gave the goals away for free or anything, and Power's over there on the blue half. It's like, look, just dial in the positioning a little bit, and you're probably going to find yourselves in some better situations. I think game one might have been an anomaly in terms of score line, but it felt what we should expect. Generally making sure that Power is positioned better, because KRÜ's got that speed on defense. I mean, if Power's taking that extra time, Power's never going to find the back of the net.
Brad, definitely MVP of that game with his hat trick. Power, you talked about that maybe it's about how they're approaching these challenges. Thinking of a specific moment, it was the 3rd goal for KRÜ where Brad was sitting the top of the right corner and Amphis was on the near post, and he came up, tried to challenge him aggressively, but that feels like almost a low percentage try for Amphis. Is there a different approach there in that kind of situation?
I think it's fine to force the challenge. The real pressure comes in, okay, if you go for the aggressive challenge, the most important thing when you go for that, you have to at least get the hand on the ball. Even if it's not a good touch, it's better that you at least get a hand on the ball. But the also critical thing, the secondary follow-up player really has to have dialed-in positioning to beat a team like KRÜ with that speed on defense. You can't afford to be adjusting to where the challenge is going. The first player is kind of, you go for it, you make the best you can out of it. It's that support player that's really going to make the difference for Power.
Keep an eye on that second man for Power. If they're successful on that follow-up challenge.
Yo, it's
how about Amphis just finds a way through KRÜ? There's holes all over the place.
Yeah, KRÜ's just thinking, cool, here's the ball in the midfield, let's go. And Drops is like, wait, what? Brad, you didn't have the ball? And then Drops pulled off, got bumped by his teammate, and Power's like, thank you, we'll go this way.
Yeah, that replay did not do, that didn't help you out, KRÜ. That one looked pretty poor.
Succinctly, oops.
Yeah, an oopsie. Power get their first lead of the series. How they come across Drufo, usually, or Drufinho. Call him Drufo a lot, but proper name is Drufinho.
It's not Dr. Oofy and Dr. Ops.
Right, Joyo, he's the double doctors, Dr. Ops and Dr. Oofy. Honestly, I almost think that's better. Oh, far side. I don't think maybe didn't think he had an angle on the net with all the crew sitting near side of the post. Brad getting there quickly. Can he follow it up? Amphis just killing it back. Fever gonna take control. This is good pressure here from Power. Passed over to Torsas. Now he's got to control it. Power get reset.
Oh, and he's late. It's like they saw, like, he won the ball in the corner, right? You know the pass is going mid. You gotta be right there. They were playing back because they thought maybe they were gonna lose the ball. You gotta let the third man handle the clear. You have to be ready to go and score it.
Oh, he gets bumped off the play and it's off target. Oops. Everything went right there.
Yeah, Brad scored his hat trick last game and now he's like,
He's done. That's good. He got his quota.
Yeah. My fantasy numbers are set. We're good.
Your turn, Drufo. Another hard hit. Fever just slapped that ball against his backboard. Oh, drops came flying across from the right side of the field. Trevino not able to really do much with that ball. He didn't have any boost. Couldn't really get a catch or a pop or anything, and Power get another clear, holding on to this lead.
And they're picking up right where they left off from game one. This time they've got the lead, but they almost catch Fever. Thankfully, he's able to adjust. Nice little bump from Brad. And the first opportunity here for KRÜ to really go on the attack if they can contain this ball. Fever so fast, and that's that speed that you need from Power. The ability to adjust to the 50 and not take any extra time, just to be right on it.
No touch. That first one, Amphis coming in.
Amphis
coming in. Nothing for him. KRÜ will survive that one. Drops trying to slow it down. Drufo also trying to be an option. The KRÜ are having struggles right now, getting consistent possession and getting downfield. Here's a breakout. One touch, two for Brad, but they can only go to the corner. Power's got it all covered up.
And you could see Trevino trying to run into that Power corner, take away that corner boost, see if he could delay that counter from Power. Fortunately, KRÜ's game going relatively even, if not in favor of Power so far. Huge credit to him. And right now, game two's looking pretty good. It's just a matter of extending that safety net. Almost got it. Drops just missed. Drufo on the follow-up will bang it top right. So much for the net. Even footing once again.
Had to convert eventually. Drops letting that one go, but that's a tough one for Amphis coming off the top. Getting
especially trying to defend the shot.
Yeah, and no way for him to really put it out to the side. He's just got to hope he can hit it hard enough that it can't be put right back into his net. Unfortunate for him, it went
Still
right
did.
Power still love their form on offense.
Yeah.
And a couple of misdirects as well when they get the chance at it. It definitely felt like some confidence on offense finally in game two.
Some double commits as well from KRÜ. They might be really feeling the pressure.
Whoa.
But again, the team bump, and it's going to cost them. That's the second time this game.
That's the wrong color. You're not supposed to hit your teammate. Drufo gets popped back, and Brad just runs right into Drops. Poor guy gets absolutely destroyed.
Drops coming in to go for the challenge. Brad thinking, cool, I'm going to flip out and grab the corner. We've got time. I hit my teammate.
Oopsies.
That's tragic.
That's a Dr. Oops.
Dr. Oops.
I'm Dr. Ops. Brad loves when he's in the midfield with space. He loves his resets, doesn't he?
He really does.
He reminds me of like RLCS 21 Raise Bull. When Raise Bull first figured out how to flip reset, every single play. That's what Brad's reminding me of right now.
Well, KRÜ going to have to pull out all the stops here for the final 70 seconds or so. Power generally felt like they've had the edge in terms of possession and field pressure, but there's a demo on the net. Torsas is in time to clear it away. So what do you do, KRÜ Esports? Can you prove that you've got the ability to stick on the attack?
Trevino can't get it done. Amphis totally stops it on the 50. Oh, nice little move to get it by Brad. Is he still going? He can't be stopped right now. Does he snap an opportunity? No. Brad's got enough boost to get to midfield. The KRÜ need that follow-up. They're running out of time. Drops on the side, but Trevino's going to take it. The ceiling. Really developing here. Power just...
Oh, awkward.
Oh, wait. Amphis, he's in trouble! And Brad punishes. Plants his flag on the net.
Power got a little handcuffed here. You can see Fever and Amphis both locked on the backboard, and so they're thinking, how do we get this? And then they couldn't really figure out, I can't really go for it. I'm kind of in a weird spot. Wait, maybe my teammate's going to get it. Now I should have went, and then it was too late. KRÜ just able to pick it apart. Just kept throwing things at the ball in the corner, and finally Power beat themselves.
It's a continuing theme for Power, isn't it? They could just do so much right. And just one thing goes wrong. It's always in these tight situations. Brad quickly off the wall. Get that ball downfield. He's starting to come online again in game 2. Been effective locking down Power's offense in the midfield.
Whoa, huge lift. Brad just pressing to see if he can.
Oh, Power gonna get a chance. Fever, not a lot of boost here. Can still keep it in the air, and long ball that's gonna be for Power. Nope.
Oh no, that favors KRÜ.
And
whoa, we let it go!
Oh, we got it! Torsos, he's got enough, but he can't get it done. We go to OT.
Talk about pressure. Brad is like, hang on, why do I have to play defense right now? I thought we were taking that nice air dribble. Surprise, surprise, make sure you don't lose the game.
The momentum resets for now. Power got the initial read on the kickoff, but KRÜ just dump it back to the orange. Big demo, loose ball, hard shot, too high.
Good try, though. Good. Drops knew where that ball had to get placed. Up in that back left corner. Had to have pace on it, took his best chance at it. Not an easy shot to make, but that was the right play for the situation.
Oh, Drufo, he might get down on the dish, but no. It was covered. And maybe trying to read Torsos's touch on his way up. And it's that situation where if you try to force it, you might create a quick counterattack opportunity. And instead, you see KRÜ lock it down here on the orange. Can they keep it up? Another boost steal as they rotate back out. Brad can only get the 50. Drufo getting a demo on the back end, but it's Power in control now. Amphis coming down. Drops. It's back to the 50, pumps it back downfield.
You can see KRÜ starting to connect on a few more of those demos as well, opening up a little bit of extra operating room for them and starting to equalize the pressure, put them more on the orange half.
Oh, Amphis. He's looked pretty threatening when he's got space,
Whoa!
and it's a free ball! KRÜ get tied up, and they can't find their axles!
They both try to defend this backboard touch. It got through Brad, and Drufo's thinking, I have to dismount because this ball's coming off, and I have to figure out where the next shot's coming from, when in fact, he probably could have just parked himself up there, but hindsight's 2020. Easy thing to not understand exactly where you have to go. Credit to Power there. They make the big adjustments, and a massive game from Amphis, 667 on the scoreboard.
He's the guy you talked about at the beginning of the game. You want to see him in that front, creating those opportunities. Amphis, he was that talk when he first came into the OCE scene. Everyone's like, Amphis is the guy. He's the next hero of OCE. And while it's been a tumultuous road for him, you know, he got one in this game. KRÜ helped him out a little bit, but all of that work Amphis did in between certainly mattered. He started off with that first goal, and then Power really made it a fight after that.
At the same time, though, absolutely devastating game for KRÜ. Yeah, you're able to bring it back, but I mean, if you're team bumping 2 free nets to your opposition, that's like playing a football game and saying, yeah, we threw 6 interceptions, but you know, we went to overtime.
For some reason, our wide receiver tackled our running back. Don't know why.
It's like we shouldn't even be in this position, guys. Come on. So that's a very tough game to give up if you're KRÜ, but I did overall like Power's approach. Sure, they got a little help from their opponents, but every team would have capitalized on those. In general, did feel like Power was starting to control the pitch a little bit, but unfortunately, as that game started to go on, those demos started to connect a little more. It's like, I don't know, Power, you got to keep your head on a swivel here in game 3, because this one might go right back the other way in favor of KRÜ.
So for KRÜ, it's a matter of awareness. Stop running into each other.
And Power, make sure you don't get hit.
And make sure you punish them if they do it again. That's a quick shot immediately for KRÜ. Zufinho gets the first goal, and they start off on the right wheel.
Great shot from Zufinho here. It's really just a loose ball into the box. Brad in a great spot for it, and terror from Fever. He's like, the shot's coming, and then it was not there, and so he just dove into the corner and could not make the second save.
Relatable. Power. Let's see what they get on this kickoff. They get a free ball, a free shot, but easily saved. Maybe a quick counterattack. Strufo. Brad, excuse me. Not going to get much done. Good carry from Amphis. Breaks something open, but there's no follow-up forthcoming. Fever respecting drops on the play. Now Brad punches through, almost like a drill.
Really nice takeaway there from KRÜ as well, just to prevent Power from having a stronger counterattack and just starting to tip some of these 50s, getting a finger on it here and there, preventing that easy Power press back up the other way.
Power trying to crash the blue half. Will not want to give KRÜ space if they can help it. Another hard kick. They're closing the corners down. Starting to hunt around the middle of the pitch. some negative space, forcing Drops to come out quickly. Doesn't get the cleanest touch. This is looking decent for Power right now. Trying to get some demos as well. Second man feigning the follow-up and going for the bump instead. But just unable to get through.
Massive couple of challenges from Brad. It buys a lot of time for KRÜ. They're in a tight spot here on defense, but good awareness. They know that nobody's lurking over there on that left side. They let the ball travel. They find the big clear, and they work their way out. Amphis able to make the stop. But KRÜ, finally a breath of fresh air here. Can you prevent yourselves from getting dunked back under the water?
Drops. Nice little stutter. Just goes straight forward instead of the follow-up. And then a dump by Drafinho. Actually gets back to it. Now Power. They got a lot of boost in the tank, but he flips off the ball, and it's a free net for Brad!
What are you gonna do? You're in the right position, but if you miss the ball, that pressure is gonna be there from KRÜ. They were waiting to see if something happened. You could see Brad kind of hesitate in the midfield, says, are you gonna execute? They didn't, jumped all over it, scored the open net. And that's why you put yourself in those positions to capitalize. If it gets through you, that's okay. That's what your teammates are for. You put the pressure on the opposition and an unforced error.
So this kind of goes back to what you were saying at the end of game 2 for Power, which is cool. You guys won the game, but it came off of a couple of KRÜ team bumps. So now, what happens when KRÜ stop bumping each other and all of a sudden the defense becomes stingier? How do you create those opportunities? They haven't had the best follow-ups. That's a good one right there. A little pressure, but rotations on the opposite side. They're not going to get a good look at it. Drops heading downfield. Drops looking for the board, and it's taken away.
Nice chip away from Power for sure. But when it comes to awkward ball here for Amphis. Great ball control. Just knows he needs to buy time, but he missed the boost, so he's forced into the pinch, and Power just kind of punting here. And this is a very similar situation that they've been in. Yeah, we're on the blue half, but now we have to get the ball into a scoreable position. That's the real test for him. You have to be able to cleanly get that ball into the middle. It's got to have some semblance of control behind it. You can't just be hitting it that way for the sake of it, because that's part of the issue for Power. That support player doesn't know exactly where they need to be positioned, because you're kind of just like, it's going mid somewhere. I don't know where, but it's going that way.
I'm going to just hit for the widest range of options.
Yes.
And get none of them.
Oh, huge demo. You can't miss that.
And that one opens up. Fever finally gets the gate open for Power.
Torsas gave him the red carpet with this one. Huge play. Drops, knows he's got to play defense, trying to buy time. Bang! Blindside, and Torsas says, after you, sir, into the net.
That is nice design, and Amphis getting that little soft touch, easy go for Fever. And like you said, Torsas, the big value getter there. And now here he goes again off the kickoff. Torsas, can he set it up for the tying goal? No, it's taken away.
Almost into the corner off that 50. Would have been a nuts equalizer. Not to be. The post gods not in the favor of Power. Great steal from Torsas. Can you find your teammate, or do you do it yourself? Tried to go for the wave dash, skip to the back post. Amphis trying to adjust. And a nasty pinch clear from KRÜ to buy all the time in the world.
Again, an aspect of the rotation for Power. When the ball skirts out free there, you want a quick follow-up, but everyone was just far enough off the ball that it took a little bit of time. That was enough for KRÜ to get set, but it's not over for Power. It's not over for Amphis, but KRÜ say it just might be over with a minute left. Power aren't quite done. Oh, big clear. Good soft touch from Torsas. He's had an excellent couple of minutes here. Now he's going to start again. Reset. Gets by one. One more to beat, but it's not going to happen. Drafinho gets right in the way.
And that follow-up, again, sniffed out by KRÜ in fairly quick order. A little fake from Fever because he had no boost, but kind of gave up a lot of field position. Now they're going for that redirect from midfield. Every team at this level going to be able to react to it. Yeah, it looks scary, but they had numbers back there. And so KRÜ, good luck.
I'm used to Drops getting those reads. He almost did. I don't even know if it was scoreable at all. That was quite a tight angle. Drafinho so quick off the ceiling, and now Power forced to hurry up. They can't get a hold of the ball. Brad's getting in the way. Can Power get one here? Brad, he's not letting them. Amphis has to stay behind the ball. Drops is in the way. Fever, a breakout. No time left though. Ball has to be in the air. And it drops right in front of their cars. KRÜ take the game.
Oh, it felt like a hand's breadth away. They all knew they were pressing. They were following the play up. They let that fake go on the challenger, like, yo, there's the Power player. And it's like, I can't reach it. It was a great idea. It was a wonderful idea, but again, just not within reach.
That's not even the first time this tournament that same scenario has happened to Power, where you're literally that close to getting the catch. The net's wide open, and if only You were just a couple inches closer.
Crushes your soul sometimes. But you got to rally. What can you do? KRÜ Esports find their second win of the series. There's a little mix-up there that Brad was able to pick apart. And timeout, rightly so here for Power. A very interesting one because, yeah, pressure's good. Now the issue is actual scoreable chances because there's a lot of shots if you count that one for Game 3. Like, that was what, 4, 7, 9 shots total for Power, which is normally, like, 9's a pretty good number, I would say, across the board.
Pretty good, yeah.
If you're scoring 2 or 3 out of 9, you're in really good shape, but none of those feel like they're super high-quality chances.
Every one of them, it felt like all three of KRÜ were in position.
They're like,
on
yeah,
defense.
we're here.
They've done enough, right?
Yeah.
The nice thing I like about this game, though, compared to the first two games, is that it felt like both teams were creating opportunities rather than punishing mistakes for the most part. Even Power getting that big demo, a huge team play for them to get the goal. It wasn't a KRÜ mistake. And even KRÜ, like Trofino had that wide angle shot, and KRÜ, this is tight. I felt like this was going to be tight coming in. Both teams are really tightening up their play as we keep heading on. Best of 7 timeout. Power got to figure out what we got to put in the tank.
What do I do here if I'm Power?
Yeah, what do you think? You're the smart guy on this broadcast. Tell me.
There's plenty of smart guys on this broadcast. It's just like, because now it feels like, okay, the second man's kind of there. Like, the positioning has certainly improved. That's why you kind of see some of those extended stays. So if I want to get the ball in a more scoreable position, what am I going to have to do? You're going to have to start dicing it up. You can't just take the first option through the midfield, I guess. Maybe that's the issue. Because they get that ball on that air dribble, right? And they use so much boost. They use so much boost to, like, win the ball out of their half. That's like they start out finding the air, and they're like, man, we've got the ball, and now I've got this possession here, but I don't have good control of it. I have to use the remaining 30, 40 boost I've got to force a second challenge. So maybe if you're Power, you maybe find a way, or at least start thinking about how can we slow the ball down in our half a little bit, exactly like this from Amphis, so that we can get cleaner control of the ball through the midfield and actually get that quality setup that we need.
So, key for Power, slow it down, keep it clean, and save the boost.
See, like, right there, it's that hard punt from Torsas, right? Throws it into a very one-dimensional spot on the defense. It's going straight into the corner. KRÜ's going to be all over that, and so you really need to see that command through the midfield for Power. Yeah, if they have to use the mechs to beat one guy, fine, but it's all that boost waste. They're like, yeah, sure, you're going to waste 60 boost here and tap the ball into my car, and then it's just going into the corner.
I mean, what you're asking them to do is totally possible for them. They have the mechanics and the ability to get it done. Like, this isn't something that's out of the book for Power at all.
It's just hard. It does require some very good car control on your own half.
Let's see if Power can make that adjustment. They got their extra 60 seconds. The catch, that's okay. You got the follow-up, but the follow-up gets blown through!
Yo!
Oh, Brad, hello!
What can you say? I think they did exactly what I wanted. Amphis went for the fake there, and Brad's just like, I don't care. I'm playing the ball 100%. And that's just Brad trying to go out there and make a big play. Rips the ball off him, turns in a big shot. And KRÜ's just like, yeah, we see what you're trying to do. We don't get faked very easily, though. We're coming right for you. The timing is so important now for Power.
Brad with space is apparently a terrifying thing for Power. He has been ultra effective in the series so far. But typically, you're seeing Trofino in this tournament be the goal scorer. It's been Brad finding the holes for the most part. The Power.
Oh, great job. Nice fake, but
was misdirection.
Can they follow it through? Draps has to buy a lot of time here. This is not easy for KRÜ.
Oh, he almost punished him, but he hit the car, not the ball. That was tight. But that's what you want to see. Maybe not that from Power. It's going to be wide of the net. It's almost like they knew what you were thinking as well, Achieves.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying.
But they needed that. They knew they needed to engineer better setups into the middle, and it all started with that nice misdirection. They pull out that first challenge from KRÜ and say, okay, now we let this one go. So the second guy has a nice, clean look at the ball, and you see what happens. That shot becomes a lot more dangerous. Yeah, they missed it, but the setup is much higher quality.
Oh, Brad pulling out wide, faking the follow-up touch, and the shot denied by Fever from drops. Trofino or Brad stealing that boost out. Trofino trying to come back in. Brad just cuts right back. Brad's feeling confident. Not used to seeing hip cut rotation, but still it keeps KRÜ in possession halfway through game 4. Losing those 50s. Power looking for a way out. They got to use a lot of boost, and there's none of it left for Power. They do get the 50, though. That's going to buy some much-needed time to pick up some pads, and everyone's on the small pad game. There's no canisters for them. Finally, Amphis will pick up the midfield boost, and Fever will keep it out. Excellent work. KRÜ just couldn't find an opportunity to really punish Power on that rotation.
Well, thankfully, they don't really have to at the moment, but it does appear that Power is certainly stabilized. Nice pass towards the middle, and Fever not able to figure out how to get in front of that one. Little pop towards the net, easy play for drops. And another opportunity here for Power, this time loaded up in the tank.
Again, not a bad idea. Fever trying to drop that ball off. He had the reset threat, but KRÜ just don't care. Drops, pushes it back to the corner. Power gets to try again. Amphis doesn't have a lot of boost. Tries to force the 50. Fever's next up. Also, not a lot of boost.
Keep it tight.
Oh, Torsos. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
Works out. Oh, wait, they split the gap.
Yo.
And it's right into the net. Oh, it's like threading the needle, except the car was the needle.
Did not hate the ideas there from Power. They were trying to get a nice spread of the field, but they did not quite think what would happen if they just lost the ball in the corner and it would go straight down the middle. They were expecting some 50 to go out to the side, maybe something towards the middle of the net or of the blue box. Not the raw loss right back into your own goal. Not many teams expect that one.
That one hurts for Power, especially with only a minute left and a lack of scoring in the last two games. KRÜ really dialed in right now, coming across, trying to get the bump. Rafinha will get a demo. Surely Power find a way out somehow. They're having some trouble getting back to this ball. So much hang time. They're trying to size up how KRÜ are approaching it. Not the touch that they want. Because Power are like, they're just there on the control, but then 150 goes wrong, and then everyone just starts diving forward. And a poor recovery happens, and it's just this whole domino effect of bad things that are happening for them. Now KRÜ, weak shot from drops. There's just no time left for Power. Can they get one with time left? It doesn't look like there's any holes for KRÜ. And just rock solid on defense, another clear.
This whole series feels like you know, when you're playing sometimes those games and everyone's got the exact same role, you know, playing your class-based mirror matchup. This is second man diff. This is the timing from KRÜ on that supporting player from the 50 is just better.
Yeah.
Across the board on it, no matter what player is in that positioning, they're saying, okay, that first 50, that's fine. KRÜ's right on that follow-up, and Power just one step behind. They're in better positions, but they're just struggling as Amphis will get one on the kickoff with 0 seconds. That's okay, one for the road heading into game 5, but it's going to be tough here for Power, I think, going into this one. I feel like KRÜ's got them figured out because now they see like, oh, look, you're trying to slow it down. You know, you got it through us the first couple of times here in game 4, but after that, the second guy's just like, oh, they're just going to try and bring the ball down. The first guy's going to fake it or challenge or whatever, and I'm just going to go through and run my face straight through the center of the ball, and Power's like, they're on it already.
Oh, wait, it didn't work. Well, up until this match, all 3 of these players on Power were undefeated against South America on LAN. A combined 7-0. Fever having the most wins at 4-0. But it looks like all 3 just might be handed their first loss. Drops getting the MVP honors, but I still have been most impressed on KRÜ with Brad. Well, what a turnaround he's had, because I felt like, at least when I was watching against Falcons, I was very critical of Brad. He had to be the defensive rock, and he just never could be. Diving a little uncomfortable. You could tell he was uncomfortable, but and now he's the offensive driver against Power. And he's like, you know what? I think I like this role a little bit better.
Yeah, been able to flex the can opener muscles a little bit. Normally Brad tends to be in that look, just control the ball, and if good things happen, good things happen. Well, a lot of good things have happened in this exact series for him for sure. So Power, unless you got a card in the deck that I don't know about, which is very possible.
A blue eyes, maybe?
Yeah, they need something with it that's got a lot of heat to it, you know. I want to see something big, and they're going to need it. They're going to need it for a long time now.
We head to Oasis. One more for KRÜ to get back in the upper side of Swiss. and head to 2-1 into a qualification scenario. Power would love to extend this and get to Neo Tokyo. We're gonna need a little bit better execution. Talk a lot about the support player, that second man. KRÜ have been excelling at it, and Power have just been a little lackadaisical in that area. And a hard pass, and he missed!
Oh no, second man diff.
It's because it wasn't Brad. Sorry, Trifino, today's not your day.
Oh, tough read. I think he might have thought it was coming straight across. It might have bounced off the wall there and just mistimed it. Either way, Power go, no problem.
Drops, tried for the catch. It's a ball out to the middle. Woo. Somehow got back to the touch. Oh, that's a powerful touch, but Drufo was ready for it. Drop's gonna await Amphis as he tries to take that ball back out. Trifino slowing it down. That little stutter step trips up the first defender. Torsas prevents it, got the
Great
50,
demo.
and then the turnaround and quick follow-up. You don't allow KRÜ to get set too quickly.
But that first touch, yeah, the quick follow-up's good, but that first touch accuracy as well really needs to be there. You have to keep command of that ball past that midfield line.
Power just unable to dictate pace of play. Amphis launches it.
Jeez.
I mean, Brad had you read like
Last week.
eons ago. Jeez, and Drufo just gets a free goal. Power lost.
Yeah, Brad really did just pick this one off. He was from the left side,
That's
too.
crazy.
He's just like, oh, it's going that way. Yeah, I'll go.
Man has absolutely downloaded Power. He cannot be beat right
That
now.
guy knew. He's like, oh, they're going that way.
Easy goal, I guess.
And Trufo was like, oh, Brad's going to win that.
It's like, all right, Brad, yeah, you're right. This is your match. Another one for Power. Can they get downfield? It's forced into this dump and chase. You can tell that they're feeling that pressure. You start losing those 50s. You start losing confidence that you can control the ball and play that short game. Instead, you try to force KRÜ to go long. Maybe it starts to work a little bit, but then a little jump here and a little save from KRÜ.
Drufino, the last hope there for KRÜ, when he was able to dodge the demo, stick himself on the wall, and recover to make the stop. That was a massive effort on defense from him. But finally, Power did everything right there, and Drufo still pulled it off.
No chance for Brad on a double tap there. Oh, well, drops. Calculated with. Another calculated with. Calculated demo. A lot of calculations happening on the pitch right now.
Brad's just waiting there in the backfield. He's like, someone bring me the ball. Come on.
He's waiting for it. Drops is going to take it this time. Drufo playing real tight.
Driving around the net.
He went up the center of the net and back down. Not even anything happening. That one's off the bar, and it saves again. Two saves, one from Torsas, the other from Fever. Torsas frozen on the goal line. Power scoop it out under Fever. Amphis turning back around. The dunk from Fever
wide.
to Amphis. He shimmy shakes over one. He can't get the dunk though. Brad just puts it out to the corner. Still, Power are gonna press. Big goal for Fever!
Great speed from Fever there at the midfield. You need to see him come through hard here. Torsas goes out to the side to take away the clear option, and this time Fever knows exactly where that ball's gonna go. He is right on top of it, outpaces the defense. They find the equalizer. Power not done just yet.
That is a confidence builder for Power, or they were being just shut down in the last two games. Now can they start to build the stack? Build that pressure gauge. Another demo. They're starting to just look off that first man. That's a couple of times they've just gone for the demo instead. But again, we talk about that support. That's the lack. If you're gonna go for that demo, you have to have that support player ready to capitalize on it, but instead it's downfield, but not on target.
And you see the opposite problem there. Amphis rushes ahead of the play to try and open up space, but if you do that and you don't connect on the demo that you're going for, what a save and what a shot. That was a nutty opportunity.
Jeez. Amphis is like, I hope that's on my bumper. He got it. They can't get control of the ball right now. Drops, throws it across.
Still a tight spot here for KRÜ.
Whoa.
That one just pings off the post. Torsas uncontested here through his own half. Hard cut out towards space, but can't keep command of the ball.
Amphis trying it, a free ball for Fever. He takes it to the sky, to the board, lets it go.
Oh, no,
and
boost.
a big from Brad. He couldn't get there. Trifino lost on the pass. Amphis got back to the touch. Fever somehow gets back to this. It's a little messy, but hey, you can't get anything done if you don't get your hands dirty. And Power, they just can't keep it going. The pressure melts, and KRÜ get out.
They had the chance for the shot, and they went for the pass, and then they had the chance for the pass, and they went for the shot. Oh, Power, you just couldn't quite put it all together in the right order there. KRÜ was able to recover. They go for the bumps again in front of the play. They leave a lot to be desired on defense. Drufo just needs to chop this down mid. Little fake, and unfortunately not able to get it out to space. Fever equal to the task.
Power have kept it tied, but KRÜ are lurking. Another desperate clear for Torsos. Coming around the corner, here comes Brad. Back over to Drafinho, drop down, save from Torsos. Oh, the bounce. It's off the ramp. Wait a minute, drop.
Hang on.
A little shimmy, but taken back down, overtime.
OT, Power will take an OT, as they should. Been playing decently well this game. They've stopped a lot of some of those KRÜ quick speeds. Little fake there, and it's right down the middle. Amphis is right there for it. But a scary one to start off OT.
Oh my gosh. The amount of times that ball's just come out for free in the middle of the field on the orange half, it makes me panic. I don't know how Power are dealing with it. There's a little catch, tried for the trap, but it didn't work. I mean, KRÜ are just diving at the ball, now they're demoing them. Brad gets the demo and missed the touch. And, they ran into each other. Can they punish them on it? Amphis, he's running. Fever, he's trying to get the bump, but Drufo avoids him. Drops got the ball anyway, and KRÜ survives.
You could see the immediate scramble there for KRÜ. They're like, oh, we've done it. And Power's like, look, they've done it. And there's the ball in the middle. Drops got a piece taken out of him. And KRÜ Esports still not able to find the dagger here in game 5.
Brad on the ball, slowed it down, got the 50. Now he's got a ball. Now he's got a touch, but Torsos takes it away. Power, good enough defense. But you're gonna need to get on the blue if you wanna get it done. Here comes Amphis, leaves it for Fever. Fever up high, wants the bump maybe, but drops nowhere close to him.
Wow.
And a hard dump for Drafinho, but Power just waiting in the midfield. Here they come again, taken away. KRÜ hanging on defense. Another pop, but nobody can go for the pass. They gotta wait for Drufo.
And Power gave up a lot of space there. As you can see, Limitless 4-0 Valiant over there on the mainstream.
Whoa!
As hardball into the middle, Brad chipped forward. And Power starting to really kind of press here in OT.
Torsos just has to keep control of it. Drops. Might just erase all that pressure. Fever trying to get back to the ball. Brad, he's missed it. Recovers. Amphis just gets there but loses the ball. Drufo off target. Gets the follow-up. Off the ceiling. Coming across. Fever gets there in time, but it's another free ball. Drops. Putting it across. And here comes a big clear and a big Power chance downfield. Can they actually get the midfield, though? Another hard clear. Torsos had to avoid a bump to get back to that. And KRÜ are trying everything to get through this Power line, but they're just hanging on.
They're just missing the demos as well. KRÜ gotta be careful not to be out of position. Drufo's gonna squeeze one off his post. Amphis will let the ball roll for the space. And Power looking to counterattack. Ripped on target. There's the shot. They're going to game 6.
They are done. Amphis puts it in. All set up. Torsos with a little lead. He shifted the whole KRÜ rotation to the left side. And then the hard beat to the right side. Off the post or off the crossbar. An easy shot, but that leave on the very back of the pitch, the very start of that achieves. You saw the whole KRÜ rotation went whoop, and then Power went swoop.
Yeah, we need visual aids.
Yeah, no one could see that, but it was a great move.
It felt good. Man, that was
we got a series. We got a series. Let's go.
That was a huge game 5.
Wow.
There was a lot going on there. I did like to see Power kind of step off the gas a little bit with going out in front of the play. That really did not feel like it was leaving them in some optimal situation. They said, you know what, let's take our chances here and make sure, because they could feel it, I think, in game 4. Like, we just don't have the boost to be where we need to be. So they say, look, let's take our foot off the gas a little bit, make sure that we've got enough in the tank to make a play happen. And there it was, Drufo terrified by that shot. He was up like, yo, that one's coming.
That was a heater, for sure. Look at that little smile just peeked on Torsos' face. He's been super serious frowny face for the first half of this series, but you know, that win, that puts him right back in the mood.
And Drafinho settling back in here for game 6. I think if all bets are off if we end up at 7. I think KRÜ would definitely be terrified.
You were saying?
He's saying, yeah, baby. We're going to 7.
Amphis amplifying on this shot through Drops, who doesn't even get a touch. And that is how you start if you're Power. Now KRÜ They haven't had to play with a deficit in a lot of these games. And most times, they've come back. Here comes Torsas, a little flip reset out. Rafinho takes it. Now they got a man advantage. Drops deletes one.
Oh.
He deletes two, or Drops got deleted actually.
Rufo had the net, but he mis-executed the flick. So Power will get away, hold on to the 1-goal lead.
Oh.
Wow. And trying to take a breath, and Power says, no, man, we're coming at you as hard as we can right now.
How is it flipped all of a sudden where, I mean, Power were really diving, not able to control the ball. They weren't winning 50s. And now Power are the ones trapping the ball out, getting good carries. The misdirection as well. They keep feigning the hard pass, and then, or feigning the out
challenge
play,
or something,
if you will. And then KRÜ are biting. How do KRÜ adjust to that? You just start diving face at the ball.
It worked for him in game 3.
Brad's been quiet in the last few minutes as well of gameplay. Drops, no boost here, just tries to play for the challenge. And here they go, moving across. Power getting more and more control. The start of Neo Tokyo, the first minute and a half belongs to them. I feel it starts to get tense. I mean, for both of these teams, neither wants to be down 1-2 in Swiss. That's the most stressful place to be. Power desperately trying to keep it out of the net, but they just can't. They get caught, and Rafinho takes them out.
All of KRÜ really just spreading the field as wide as possible there, and they're able to sneak in and cut right into the middle of that Power rotation, swipe right through the middle, pick the pass off, and Power's thinking, I wish I would have paid a little more attention to where I hit that ball.
That's happened to them a couple times in the series. Luckily for them, it only results in a tying goal. So they can right the ship quick. Quick shot on the ground. Another follow-up. Gets overneath, or overneath. That makes sense. Here comes another one for Power, off the ceiling, and taken away again.
Okay.
Nice kick. This time that support player in the right spot for the 50. Almost every time.
Oh, he
Power.
missed him.
But he's there. Oh, the redirect from Fever! He's got a fever, and the only prescription is more power.
I said I missed him. Never mind. He put that baby on a dime right to him, says, come and get it. Don't go up the backboard. Come and get this one. Took it away from the defense with a beauty of a shot.
My goodness. Hello, Fever. Brad gonna push this ball downfield, but KRÜ getting shocked on Neo Tokyo. Power in position right now. They can hang on to this. Maybe add another one for some security. They forced at the champion's field. Brad goes for the bump. Free ball for Drops. Just goes for the hard touch. And Amphis got the catch again. Power doing a great job covering that ball up on defense, making life difficult for KRÜ.
A lot of great speed here from Fever.
Good speed from Amphis as well. Quickly launched off the backboard. Slowly, KRÜ are trying to push forward. They are at least forcing Power to use their resources to get back to that ball. Now they're getting to the 50. No follow-up just yet. Drops playing it close.
Oh.
Put down Brad over to the corner.
I think that might have tipped off a Drops car. Feel like it may have had a chance to go into that left side of the net. Great double tap from Fever. Maybe a third as Brad will go and meet him right at the corner of the box. But time ticking down here for KRÜ, and I don't know, even if I do feel like the favorite, I start to get a little bit worried unless they can find the equalizer chipped across the box. Brad throws it up. Drops says, nah, that's not the play. I'm a little too far. They extend it by one touch, and Power let this one go.
Whoa, they let that one go. Wait, okay, guys.
Hitting the ball as a crutch.
There we go. You're right. Overrated. New meta, whiff.
Oh, nice demo.
Maybe some space for Brad. Gets it across. Oh, what a catch. But Torsas stays right with him. Rafinho can't quite get the dunk. And Fever, he gets the 50 over, Drops, and Power get out again.
Such soft control there from KRÜ all the way through that corner. A lot of 50s in a very tight situation. Good to see them keep the composure there through a tough spot. Credit to Power for keeping it out, but they almost get caught leaning. They chuck one off their backboard. A demo in the net. Brad doesn't have the boost to really flex the muscles, though, and Power just has to survive.
Well, Rafinho trying to push that ball back out. And Brad wisely waiting for that one to develop a little bit more. Now he's got control, but Torsos flips it up.
Double commit.
And
no panic, Power.
No touch. Here comes another shot. Take it away.
Panic.
Free ball in front. Power can get there. Fever covers it up. Brad getting chipped off the play. Amphis, he gets chipped out. Now drops, putting across, got the boost. KRÜ coming across. Drafinho, nothing for him. Amphis, desperate clear. In the last 10 seconds, drops. No touch. Amphis gets power, possession. Fever on the touch. Pushed it down again. KRÜ got to get this one downfield in the air. Brad, nothing for him. Power, head to Champions Field.
Oh, you had to wonder if they had it. Down 3-1. How about bringing it all the way back? Says, nah, it was never going to be that easy. There's a reason we don't lose to South America, right?
Oh, you're right. I called that stat out right when it was 3-1. I forgot about that.
Never that free.
Never that free. Power trying to pull their best G2 impression from yesterday. Going to Champions Field, and how about Torsos collecting those MVP honors? His control in the back half of this series.
By 2 points, picked up MVP by 2 points. One ball touch over Torsos.
I love the dirty work he's doing in between. He's been trapping the ball well. He had a couple of he didn't get credit for a save that, actually no, he does have 3 saves there.
Yeah.
So he did get credit for that.
3 saves from both of them.
But Torsos is smiling. That's scary for anyone, man.
It's gotta feel good making the comeback.
That smile plays hard,
huh? You start to get worried when you're sitting there down 3-1. It's like, guys, we're just not even putting good shots on target. Starting to have to think about, boy, how do we continue to break this one down? Well, all bets are off if you're KRÜ. And to be honest, I still don't even know what I do to adjust here from KRÜ. I think the plan is solid. It's like, look, you know exactly what you're about to get. It's just a matter of don't give up the goal, right?
Maybe if you can't get Power off the goal line, I mean, never mind. They tried to get physical.
They tried.
It wasn't working.
Now they got the head on a swivel, and it's like, well, okay.
Woo!
Oh, there you go.
Oh, drops! Aerial strike right to Power's net. 6 seconds is all it takes.
Starts game 7 almost exactly like game 1, but he says, nah, it's the end of the series. We got to add a little extra flair for this kickoff goal. How about the flip reset over 2 defenders? Juicy start for KRÜ.
No timeout either for KRÜ heading into Champions Field. They said, no way, we just want to play the game. And they start off on their right wheel. Power forced to respond. In game 6, it was Power scoring at the very start, and then they never really let the rhythm shift. And now, KRÜ trying to change the beat. Things progress, but the ball gets kicked back out again on defense. Things tense on Champions Field. Losing this one will make the road much harder for either team. Both teams know it. You can feel that on the pitch right now as they come across. Neither team has really been too risky on a lot of their plays. There's been a couple of unfortunate bumps, been a couple of miscues, but overall.
A lot of space here.
Oh,
ooh, little misdirection. KRÜ says, yeah, this is what you guys do. It's annoying.
They were effective at it. Drops trying to move that across. Does force Power into a panic. Here they go again. Oh, another leave.
Yeah, but they know now. They're just like, they're not touching that.
You do it too many times, they'll start figuring it out.
Yeah, now you have to mix up your mix-up.
You need to have as many mix-ups as possible, which is what the best teams in the world do. They have more mix-ups than you, which is why they win. Oh, and drops. But really, Fever getting around that back over to the corner. Now he's got an outlet. Looking for a way in. Amphis. Oh, the wave dash on the pop putt that hits the post. He had to hit it close angle, though.
Yeah, it's like all of KRÜ knew exactly the play that was coming there. They're like, oh, it's the delayed challenge with the bump, and you just have to put all the trust in the player there from Power to put that on target. Yeah, it's going to be tight, but that's probably the best chance they were going to have at equalizing this early on.
That's a nice little catch from Amphis, and Fever gets a chance at it. Push back to the corner. Power trying to chip away at that KRÜ defense. Torsos next up. Turns back on the ball. Pass out. Power at least get the 50. They buy themselves a second or two on the retreat.
Nice.
Drafinho getting it back down. KRÜ can step back up.
Great bit of pace control there from Drufo. He starts rushing towards that challenge as soon as he sees Power leaving it. Takes the foot off the gas, slows it down, and Brad's seen, did I catch the open net? Yes, I did.
caught him looking, and Brad comes in. Who else in this series takes them out? I think Torsoth might have got a little smoked, a little distracted as Brad comes in and punishes.
Possible. Maybe got greedy for that midfield boost as well, thinking some type of 50s coming. Could have been anything, but at the end of the day, it's a 2-0 lead for KRÜ, and the comeback just got harder.
The time ticking away for Power. Fever trying to change it up. Another shot, but too light, and everybody from Power have to turn back. It's Ampus on the return. He just gets the touch, but they need a follow-up because here comes Trufino and can't trap it. Trufino trying to stay on that ball. Torsoth just gets there. And KRÜ keeping Power locked down, keeping him honest. Fever looking for him again. He does find Ampus, but now the follow-ups are crucial again for Power. They gotta start building the gauge quickly because time just keeps ticking away.
Now here's the crazy part. If you're KRÜ Esports, I think you start believing every single challenge they go for now. Because you feel like you've got 2 minutes on the clock. You don't have a lot of time to find 2 goals. Power's gonna feel like, look, we don't have time to waste. We can't get cute with it. We have to go right at some of these 50s and just try and straight win them. So that actually might play right into what KRÜ wants to do.
Torsoth trying to swing that one across, but not successful. Now quickly, off the ceiling, another reset. Oh, Torsoth off the post! Oh, if one was gonna be the can opener, that would have ripped the whole thing apart.
Absolute beauty. Oh, so close.
Oh.
The post denies them.
If that isn't like an exclamation point on Power's entire tournament so far, I don't know what is. Just so close. They had the mechs. Torsoth with a ceiling reset, flip reset.
So
now they get another try. Torsoth's taken away by drops. Drafinho hard clear. KRÜ is starting to believe. They do it. Just dump steal that boost. Don't overcommit. Power just need a goal with some time left on the clock, but they can't even get control of the ball, it seems.
It's the hardest part. Now that you know you can't, hide anything, all the cards are on the table here for Power. KRÜ can see it all, and they just throw one off the backboard. And now look at them just hold this ball out to empty space. Go and get it, Power.
Fever gets a nice touch. Looking for one more try. There's only a couple more tries left. And a massive 50 off the bar. And a free ball, a free shot, and a save. But it's too little. Too late for Power. A little musty. It doesn't matter. Ketchup, relish, nothing for Power. KRÜ survive the comeback. Take the victory. Move to 2-1.
Oh, and they're going to score right at the end. Put an exclamation point on it. Brad says, you guys have been irritating beyond everything I've ever seen in this tournament so far, so we're going to make sure that we get a nice 3-0 to wrap things up.